The wait to see JJ McCarthy is finally over as the Vikings take on the Raiders in week 1 of the preseason.
Here's our top 3 players we're excited to watch, who's in, who's out, and the 3 rookies everyone will be talking about not named McCarthy or Turner. Number 1 may surprise you.
And make sure to stick around to the end for our predictions. Preseason gives the young players the opportunity to showcase their talents. Here are the top 3 we're keeping an eye on this week. Jalen Nailor comes in at number 3 as he's been absolutely tearing up training camp, and even more importantly, he's healthy this time around. With Justin Jefferson out and Jordan Addison not expected to play a ton, Jalen Nailor has a real opportunity to solidify the wide receiver 3 spot for himself.
Dallas Turner is a force to be reckoned with. Just ask CD.
I was like, holy fuck. Like, it was one of those, like, yeah, for sure.
The first-round pass rusher and soon-to-be this year's Rookie Defensive Player of the Year has looked the part in training camp, and I wouldn't be surprised if he grabs a sack on Saturday. This pick was a no-brainer.
I mean, who else did you expect? McCarthy so far throughout training camp has looked better than advertised, even being listed as co-quarterback 2 with Nick Mullins. If he can keep it going in this first preseason game, he has a great opportunity to move closer to securing the backup quarterback spot. Maybe even more? Before we move on, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Also ring the notification bell so you can get alerts when we go live, like on Monday when we talk about this game.
Let's get back to who's in and who's out.
Starting with the ins, O'Connell said a majority of the starters will be active, with Sam Darnold getting the start, followed by McCarthy, then Jaren Hall.
Which means we won't be seeing any Nick Mullins. KLC also mentioned we are unlikely to see Justin Jefferson or Hitman, which isn't much of a surprise. Now to the rookies we think are going to stand out tomorrow. I think it's safe to say that everybody's excited to see JJ in Dallas. So here are 3 more rookies that we think are going to make the most noise, especially number 1.
Number 3.
At number 3, the guy we tabbed as the next Ivan Pace Jr., Dwight McGlothern. The UDFA has made some nice plays so far like this. And though he's sitting towards the bottom of the depth chart as of now, we think he has what it takes to step up at a position where we desperately need someone to.
Number 2.
Our number 2 rookie is football's Jason Momoa, Levi Drake Rodriguez. The 7th round pick has been turning heads so far throughout training camp, even earning some reps with the first team defense. With the lack of depth at interior defensive line, he has a huge opportunity to make a splash and keep working his way up the depth chart.
Number 1.
This young playmaker has been making some noise this offseason after signing a large undrafted free agent contract. On top of that, reports are that he has built a strong connection with the future face of the Minnesota Vikings. With McCarthy expected to get a lot of playing time this weekend, we think Jashawn Jones has a chance to create a role for himself within this year's offense, just like another Maryland wide receiver did. Now let's get into score predictions.
But before we get into that, we do want to give some final thoughts here. Now, Jamie, normally I push it off to you, but I'm just going to keep on going here because I want to keep talking. Obviously, when it comes to this game, first preseason game under the new quarterbacks, that's all people are talking about, right? Who's going to play how much. Kevin O'Connell did confirm in his press conference that Sam Darnold will in fact get the start. Now, what does that mean? Because a lot of times in these preseason games, when they say a quarterback gets a start, they literally go out there for the first drive, get their feet wet playing against another team, and then they're pulled out and the next group comes in. But the exciting part of all that, obviously we want to see what Sam Darnold's got, right? Like that's the biggest thing. Like if JJ McCarthy does need to sit, will Sam Darnold keep us competitive, or will McCarthy force his way into the lineup early? The exciting thing about all of this is that, well, like I said, we do want to see Sam Darnold. Kevin O'Connell also said JJ McCarthy is going to get a good look this game. So you got to figure he's going to get at least a quarter, probably a little more.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're looking into this a little bit more, I know a lot of us fans, I think a lot of us expected Sam Darnold to play because it's like you're not Kirk Cousins even, you're not in the position of being like a bona fide starter or whatever. But it's also good news for people like us who I think Sam Darnold's going to start week 1, but there's that little part of you that, hey, there's still a chance that JJ McCarthy looks so great that he could start. And this is an example of that opportunity still available. If Sam Darnold didn't play, it'd be really obvious. So I think one big thing for me, I'm going to be watching how much he does play, because kind of like what you said, I mean, if he comes in here and plays one series, then you're wondering like, okay, that makes you feel that JJ McCarthy is kind of far away of that even being a possibility of him starting. But the longer Sam Darnold plays, the more obvious, or like the more a better idea you'll have on what the competition is looking like, or even if it is like a real competition. But so obviously excited about that. I want to see that. I do want to see Sam Darnold. I know he's been looking really good in training camp. JJ McCarthy's been playing really good in training camp. They had a really good practice on Thursday, the day we've made this video. So, I mean, I'm excited for that. But even besides that, and I know a lot of people aren't big on the whole preseason thing, and especially players, but I do understand because you get to watch these young players that you might not be able to get to see during the regular season. And that's why, all these rookies that we're excited to watch, guys like Levi Drake Rodriguez, we get to see what he's all about, because there's a chance we might not get to see him a lot during the regular season, and you get to see these guys have an opportunity to even maybe jump their spot on the roster and make their way up to first or second team. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, outside of quarterback, Jalen Naylor, you want to watch him, but I'm definitely keeping my eye on that defense, because a lot of these young players or second year guys are going to have to contribute a little bit here. So I think we're going to see a lot of run from those guys in the preseason. So I don't know, it'll be telling. It's going to be really telling, and I'm excited that we're here towards real football. So obviously, score predictions in a preseason game aren't that exciting, but we're going to go ahead and do them anyway. With it being a vanilla preseason-ish type game, I think it's going to be pretty boring, pretty low scoring relatively. I'm going to go like 17-14. I think McCarthy's going to come in. I don't think they're going to have him do too much. I think he's just going to go out there, show he can run the offense. I don't think they're not going to put him in too many high leverage spots. It's just go out there, get up to the line of scrimmage, call the play, snap the ball, move on. Go. I think they're going to have him try to make some throws. I think they're going to keep it pretty low key. But I think the Vikings finally get their first preseason win under Kevin O'Connell.
Hey, let's go. Yeah, I'm with you there. I'll put the score up a little bit. I'm going to go 21-15. Vikes win by 4 points. JJ McCarthy gets at least one touchdown. I'm going to go 80 yards in the air, 15 yards on the ground. And this was the big one here as far as more predictions, is we had a side bet on our live stream, and it was over or under 10.5 passing attempts for JJ McCarthy. I hit the over. You went the under. Loser drinks a beer on Monday's live show that everybody should definitely come in and check out. Subscribe. Go to our live shows. We do giveaways. We do all this good stuff. But that should be a fun one. And I just think JJ McCarthy is going to be getting a lot of playing time in this game. And I don't think Kevin O'Connell is going to hold back on this offense. So.
All right. I mean, it's a bold call. It's only preseason. That's a bold call. Normally it's pretty vanilla. But anyway, that's what we're looking forward to in the preseason here. Let us know what you guys are looking forward to in game one. How much you think JJ McCarthy is going to play? How do you think he's going to do? Let us know in the comment section. As Jamie said, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time right here on the GG Sports Podcast.
SKOL Vikes.